Hey guys, it's Dr. Devin. Come on in. Let's get started. We're talking about two letters, T and U, and I believe that these two tools allow us to internally reflect and understand the world and ourselves a little bit better. We're talking about truth and understanding and how we got there, right? We're all different. Truth, beliefs inside of us tend to come from our parents, from society, from the things we've learned, from the experiences that we've had. And so there's no possible way that you could see the world like me or that I could see it like you. So that's the understanding component. That's why I brought that one in, because truth is truth within me and it is truth within you. And yet we all need to learn to navigate this existence together, right? So how do we do that? Well, first, you got to get rooted in what truth is to you. As we head into 2020, and it's a political year, we're going to have voices over here and voices over here, and we're going to have to decide what is real and what is not. And that'll look different for each of us. And so, here we are in the technology age. We have more truth and non-truth, really. We have access to information abundantly, and yet sorting through that and knowing how to navigate it can be really, really confusing. And so these couple of little techniques that I'm going to share, I hope will help you navigate your own truth and better understand others that don't move and see the world the way that you do. So number one, let's talk about pillars of my truth or your truth. You're just going to draw a line with some roots coming down, and I'm going to talk about the roots, the pillars of my truth when it comes in terms of health and wellness, because I'm kind of obsessed with my health, with my family's health, with the health of all the people that I serve. And so it's important to know what your roots are in the way that I choose to live for myself, the way that I choose to teach and bring up my children, and the way that I show up for the people in my practice. So I took my foundation and I built my health and wellness. You guys can tell I'm not an art major, but I built my health and wellness house on some of my pillars of truth. So when I look at that beautiful house that is unshakable, on unshakable ground, it's built on a few pillars that are important to me. Number one, the body knows how to heal itself. There's an innate wisdom and it's always working for me. Number two, that I can't look at health from one aspect of physical body, but I have to look at mind, body, and soul. It is the sum of the whole. I have to look at the physical, the emotional, the chemical, the spiritual. You have to look at the whole perspective to really gauge how one is doing. Number three, chiropractic is an absolute necessity, non-negotiable. Everyone should get adjusted, and here's why. As chiropractors, we analyze and find spaces within the body, within the spinal column, that things are not working right. We call them subluxations. When there's a resistance, when there's a stuck point, it decreases the light at that level of the nervous system and ultimately affects the whole nervous system. So if we're out of proper alignment, then we're decreased in tone and capacity. So as you get adjusted, it improves and restores and reconnects the body to the brain, to man the physical, man the spiritual. To me, I do not go to a chiropractor to decrease pain or symptoms. That's helpful and I like that and it does work. But why I'm really getting adjusted is because it allows more light to flow within my body. So if you don't see a chiropractor and you need a good referral, reach out to me in the comments down below. I would love to help you find a chiropractor that you can trust in your area. Like I said, babies, kids, teenagers, adults, you got to get adjusted. You have to. So go do it. Number four, I believe that love heals and promotes life, and I believe that fear decreases light and can steal life. And so for me, the pursuit of optimum health and wellness is all about living in alignment with love. Go to Abraham Hicks, go to Marianne Williamson. These are my love girls. These are the ones that really light up that way of living, that way of seeing the world, and it transforms the way that I take care of myself because of the awareness that if I'm in a vibration of love, I'm living, and when I'm diminished in a frequency of fear, everything falls apart. So I'll have links down there for you guys for them. And then the fifth one, I'm probably more neurotic about this now than ever of let thy food be thy medicine. Anything we put inside our body, guys, is medicine. Anything really you put on your body is medicine. There's no possible way for you to eat something that doesn't affect all of you. And so, are you getting enough water? Are you eating good, vibrant foods? Are you using spices and herbs to support your health? Are you looking at the things that you put into your body as medicine or just substance? There's a big, big, big difference. What do you eat and why? And these are my pillars of health and wellness. So if you feel, I just think it's essential to look at that going into the next year of how do you build a happy, healthy life? What do the pillars of that look like for you? What is necessary? What is true to you to be healthy and happy? And how are you going to do that? And how do you know you've got unshakable foundation underneath you? Now, my other little tool that's really helpful is the 3-sided coin. I love this one. It's so good, easily teachable to anybody, kids involved. So if I'm looking at this and I've got voices here and here, there's his side, there's her side, and then there's the truth, right? I can look at it this way or that way, or look at it from both sides, and it allows me to see it from the real angle. Like I said in the beginning, we don't see life as it is, but as we are. And so we have accumulated life to this point, and we've decided our truths and our beliefs based off of that. You have to have those unshakable roots of truth, and yet they must be adaptable and pliable. You've got to be certain in who you are and what your roots are, and you've got to remain a student of life. So it is the unshakable you, the concrete, like, I know exactly who I am, and there's all the things outside of you that you don't yet know or exist. And so you've got to live somewhere in the middle of this, really certain self and student of life that's always becoming, because we are always becoming. I believe that by looking at our truths, we better understand how our reality is our current reality. If you look at your truths and your beliefs and you go, oh wow, my world looks this way because I think this way, then if you want to see a shift, you can address what truth needs addressed. And if we seek deeper understanding, that allows us to know ourselves. And so if we're ready to grow, if we're ready to evolve in an area, then we can look at what truths and beliefs don't serve us anymore. And that is the time to shed that skin. If we look at truth and understanding, and we look at those people outside of us, or friends, family, that aren't like us, it tempers our patience and grace, because they arrived at their truth through their own journey, just as you have arrived at yours and I have arrived at mine. And so as we heat up into this year ahead, and it is this and it is that, center yourself in love, center yourself in patience, center yourself in forgiveness. Know your truth, but be understanding of others and theirs. That's all I got this week. I love you. I appreciate you. Next week, we're talking about the letter V, and it's a topic that everybody asks me about, and I'm really, really ready to jump into. So don't miss it. I'll see you next week. Mwah! I love you. I appreciate you, and I will see you soon.